Welcome to Dark Psychology World Channel. The Wisdom of the Devil. Chapter 4, The Blind Kill Hidden by Good People. Part 1, The End of Good People. From the time we were kids, we've been told to be good. Be honest, be loyal, be straightforward, they said. But in the real world, if you're too honest, you'll end up begging for food. Remember the story of George Washington chopping down the cherry tree? Turns out that was a big fat lie. This little piece of history was cooked up by Mason Locke Weems, a writer and preacher. He added it to his biography of Washington, and guess what? The book started selling like hotcakes. It was reprinted 82 times from 1800 to 1927. And then what happened? This educational story ended up in our elementary school textbooks. Now everyone's mixing up fact and fiction. Imagine meeting Washington in the afterlife and he's got a sign on his chest that says, "Don't ask again. I didn't chop down that darn cherry tree." We're often told to work hard and don't expect rewards. Our teachers told us that if we have something good, we should share it with everyone. But if you work your tail off and don't ask for anything in return and you give away all your opportunities, you're worse off than a loser. Some folks might try to comfort you by saying losing is actually winning. But let's be real, a loss is a loss. You've probably heard that good people will be rewarded. But let's face it, there are a lot of good people out there who not only meet tragic ends, but their entire families get wiped out too. And guess who's doing the wiping out? Good people. Part 2, Good Guys Gone Bad, The Hidden Truth. Good folks, believe it or not, can cause a lot of harm. Meanwhile, the bad guys are living large, calling the shots, and flexing their power. The world's their playground. Sure, we all want to be the good guy. Who wakes up and decides they want to be the villain? But dreams and reality often clash, and a lot of folks who started out as good eggs have woken up to the harsh rules of the game. To win, they'll pull out all the stops. Why do the good guys always get the blame? And the bad guys, they're either ungrateful to the good guys or they're playing nice. Do you want to be that kind of good guy? The kind who can't even protect himself, let alone his family? Why do good folks often meet a bitter end? The answer is it's tough being a good person, and the blame falls squarely on the good guys themselves. Even the reason why bad guys are running wild is because good folks paved the way for them. Think about it. Part 3, The Showdown, Good Guys vs. Bad Guys. Picture this, in a company both the good guys and the bad guys are eyeing the same promotion. Who do you think will snag the spot? You guessed it, the bad guy. Why? Because when the stakes are high, the bad guys pull out all the stops, using every dirty trick in the book to get what they want. On the flip side, the good guys don't want to stoop to that level. They think they can just grin and bear it, acting like some kind of noble gentleman. They'd rather step aside than stoop to the level of a common scoundrel. They take a hit and turn the other cheek, ready to take another. They don't want to rock the boat, they're scared of causing a fuss, and they're okay with being average. Then they wallow in self-pity, saying, "It's just a promotion. Why do we have to fight tooth and nail for it? I'm not into power struggles." As the saying goes, take a step back and the sky's the limit. But let's be real, taking a step back is just a fancy way of saying running away. Are you going to wait for the storm to pass before you set sail? Whether you step back or step forward, the sky's still the limit. Meanwhile, the bad guys are cool as cucumbers, not even breaking a sweat as they seize the spotlight and take the reins as the general manager. Their next move? Cut off all the competition and kick out anyone who supported them. The good guy can only cry out, "Why did you have to go this far? You're the GM now, isn't it enough that you've hurt me? Do you have to hurt others too?" Is the good guy always destined to be the punching bag? Always letting others take everything? Letting the bad guys undermine your supporters? So who's really got the power? The good guys or the bad guys? A good guy without power can't even protect himself, let alone lead others towards success. Even if the good guy goes to 1,000 different companies, shedding tears and unintentionally alienating more supporters, the situation remains the same. Wherever there are people, there's conflict. The bigger the company, the more complex the power dynamics. Even if this person goes to a church or a temple, the outcome's the same. The law of power. A gang is a bully's playground. An organized crime syndicate is like an unofficial government. A successful government is a religion. Think about it. Part 4, Good Guys vs. Bad Guys, The Dating Game. Let's face it, even in the dating game, the good guys can't seem to catch a break. Good guys pursue their love interests honestly, sincerely, and without any smooth talk. Bad guys, on the other hand, know how to sweet-talk their way into anyone's heart, making them swoon and giggle. Even if a gorgeous gal knows you're a good guy, she might still fall for the bad guy's charm. Good guys reassure themselves with the cliché, "Love is blind." They believe love should be honest and open, no tricks involved. But the bad guy? He'll do anything to make his lady happy because he knows that's when she'll fall head over heels for him. Once the bad guy gets the girl, he shows his true colors, treating her poorly and having a blast outside. The girl is left physically and emotionally drained, in pain and suffering. And who does she turn to? The good guy. But the good guy, wanting to be a gentleman, comforts her without any ulterior motives. He even says things like, "Nobody's perfect. When you're in a relationship, you have to compromise." After venting, she feels better and says something that leaves the good guy with mixed feelings. "If only my boyfriend was like you." The good guy is happy to be a friend, but the girl goes back to the bad guy and the cycle continues. If you don't believe me, just try being the shoulder to cry on for the woman you're interested in. And the guy who's read our battlefield of love and color will know exactly what I'm talking about. The law of power. No patient wants to date their therapist. So, should a good guy do good things or bad things? In a tug of war, whoever lets go first loses. Whoever dares to play dirty is likely to win. Using means and not using means at all will lead to totally different results. If the good guy loves the girl and doesn't want her to get hurt and at the same time knows that the other guy is no good, he should do whatever it takes to win her over from the start, even if it means playing dirty. Only then will he have a chance to love and protect her and not let her get hurt. Think about it. Part 5, Good Guys in a Tough World, How to Survive and Thrive. Being a good person is tough, right? We often hear good folks asking, "It's so hard being good, how can I do it?" In a dog-eat-dog world, do you want to be the underdog or the top dog? Do you want to lose or win? Picture this. A politician was on the brink of being ousted by the bigwigs. At the height of his crisis, he attended a class. Now, most leaders like to sit at the back where they can see everyone, just like feng shui masters picking the perfect spot. But this guy, he sat right up front. That's pretty unusual unless it's a formal event. He also had another quirk. The law of power. To show you're the leader, pick a seat where you can see and observe everyone. This politician was the one asking all the questions. One of his questions was, "It's tough being an honest official, how can I do it?" I don't know how honest he is, we're not buddies or anything, but I think he's a pretty straight-up minister. He said that good officials like to butter up their bosses and tell them what they want to hear. An honest official doesn't suck up, doesn't sweet-talk, and doesn't sugarcoat bad news. They tell the boss what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. But hearing the harsh truth makes the boss uncomfortable. After all, if you're saying the people are unhappy, you're indirectly saying the boss is doing a lousy job. So, the boss will do everything to get rid of you. The honest official asked us what he should do. The law of power. Nobody can handle constant constructive criticism. I gave him a short and sweet answer. When he heard it, it was like a light bulb moment. He sat quietly for the rest of the class, deep in thought. My assistant said to me, "You seem to have enlightened him." I said, "I'm no Buddha." He had the whole picture, I just added the finishing touch. What we told him was, if you want to be an honest official, you've got to be even craftier than the corrupt ones when you're dealing with them. Otherwise, you'll be out of the game in no time. Think about it. Thank you for watching. This is a channel to learn how to grow your mind. Career tips, life tips, love tips, and interesting psychological facts. If you are interested in this kind of content, you are welcome to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next mind growth video. See you in next video.